Hi everyone, welcome back to Wild English by Teacher Lan. Today we are going to do another new theme called Science and Technology. The topic is knowing your food labels. By the end of the lesson, pupils should be able to number one, listen to an audio about knowing your food labels and identify the important information on the food label. Number two, answer two short questions about the food label. Number three, show and tell one's favorite food packaging based on six short questions given. Number four, practice reading the steps on how to read the food label. And finally, number five, complete the information about two types of yogurt and make a healthy decision. Now let's start our lesson. Okay, let's begin our lesson now. This lesson is taken from your textbook, page 88. First of all, we will listen to Dr. Alex, a nutritionist, and answer the questions given. So now I'm going to play the audio and you will listen first.
Hello kids, look at the visual. This is an example of food label found on a cereal box. There are four important information you can get from it. They are serving size, number of calories per serving, type of nutrients, amount of nutrients per serving. Do you know what is the meaning of a serving size? Serving size is the amount of food that is normally served per meal. It contains a specific amount of nutrients listed on the food label. The information on the food label help people make healthy choices for their diet because the information helps them decide whether the food is good for their health or not.
Okay, so that's the end of the audio. So if you listen carefully to the audio just now, you can learn that from the food label, you can get four important information. Now, the first one is serving size. Second one is number of calories per serving. And number three is types of nutrients. So the types of nutrients here, you can see the total fat. Okay, there are two different types of fats here: saturated fat, trans fat, and then cholesterol. Okay, cholesterol is something that is not very good for our body. And then sodium. Sodium is a kind of mineral that our body needs. And then carbohydrate that can give us energy. And then dietary fiber that can help us to have a better digestion. And then sugars and protein. And we also have vitamin A here and also calcium. Okay, and we also have vitamin C and iron. So number three is types of nutrient, and lastly, from the food label, we can also get amount of nutrients per serving. Now, when you look at the serving size, what is the meaning of a serving size? So a serving size is the amount of food that is normally served per meal. It contains a specific amount of nutrients listed on the food label. Okay, so this is what we mean by a serving size. It is the amount of food that is normally served per meal. Per meal means for every meal. Okay. Now, what do you understand about calories? Calories means the amount of energy in an item of food or drink. Now, let's look at the next one. Now, next one, we are going to answer three questions here, taken from the same page, from the textbook, page 88. Okay, we already listened to the audio just now. So let's look at question number one. Take the important information on the food label. So the important information from the food label is serving size, then calories per serving, amount of nutrients, and also types of nutrients. But the food label never tells us amount of cereal in the box. It will only tell us the serving size per box. Yeah. Okay, then number 2, what is the meaning of serving size? Okay, like what we discussed earlier just now, the amount of food that is normally served. Okay, answer is A, the amount of food that is normally served. Now, question number 3 is a higher order thinking skills question. Okay, it needs you to do some thinking first. In your opinion, how does reading food labels help in making healthy choices for our diet? Okay, so by reading food labels, we will know the total calories and nutrients that we can get from the food we eat. Yeah? So it's important for us to read the food labels so that we know whether the food is good for our health or not. Now, if you look at the fun fact here, tomato is actually a fruit, it's not a vegetable, and it may provide 40% of the daily vitamin C requirement. So it's very good for us to take more tomato. If you do not like to eat raw tomato, you can cook the tomato first. Okay, now let's look at the next lesson. We should learn to say no to high calories. Say no to high calories. Why? Because when we eat and drink more calories than we use up, then our body store the excess as body fat. So the more calories we take, the more fat that we might get. Okay, let's say the calories that we take is 200 calories. Okay, our body only use 100 calories. So the extra calories in our body is 100 calories. Yeah, 200 minus 100 is 100. So these are the extra calories in our body. So we don't use this one, then it will turn into body fat. So how can we avoid from getting the body fat? Then we must exercise to burn the extra calories in our body if we don't want to get fat. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, now we are at the speaking task now. Okay, this is the activity show and tell. Now, based on the food label provided on the packaging, do a 2-minute presentation about your favorite food. So this is an example of the food packaging. It's the cookies double chocolate packaging. You can choose any packaging, food packaging that you like. Okay, here it says you can choose a food packaging that you like and practice telling your friend by answering the 6 questions given here. Okay, let's look at the steps. Okay, steps number 1, bring your favorite food packaging to class. Then number 2, using the information on the food packaging, find the answers to the following questions. And lastly, number 3, present the information to your friends. Now let's look at the first question here. What is the name of the food? Okay, so you will answer the name of the food is, okay, let's say if you look at the food packaging here, then the name of the food here is cookies double chocolate. Yeah. Then the second question is, where did you buy the food? I bought the food online, or maybe you say I bought the food from the supermarket. Yeah. Okay, then the third question, why do you like the food? Then you can answer, I like the food because it is healthy, or maybe you say because it is delicious, yeah? Or maybe because it is my favorite food. Okay, what is its serving size? Okay, the serving size is, then you have to look at the food label to get the information. And then the next one is, what nutrient can be found, okay, in the food. So the nutrients in the food are, then you have to refer back to the food labels to get the answer. And lastly, would you recommend this food to be taken daily? Okay, so if you think the food is healthy, then you say yes, I would like to recommend this food to be taken daily. because it's healthy. Or if you think that this cookies double chocolate is too sweet and it's not suitable to be taken every day, then you will say no, I wouldn't recommend this food to be taken daily because it's not healthy. Okay, so you can choose your favorite food packaging first, and then you can practice yourself first in telling your friends about this food, okay, based on the 6 questions given. Okay, now we shall go to the next lesson. Okay, this is an example, okay, of short presentation of your favorite food packaging. Okay, now let's watch this video on how to present your food packaging in the class. I shall play the video now.
What is the name of the food?
The name of the food is powder beverage. It is an organic energy soy milk powder with no added sugar.
Where did you buy the food?
I bought the food online.
Why do you like the food?
I like the food because it is a healthy beverage that gives me energy for the whole day. It is delicious too.
What is its serving size?
Its serving size is 30 grams.
What nutrients can be found in the food?
There are energy, protein, fat, carbohydrate, sugar, dietary fiber, and sodium.
Would you recommend this food to be taken daily?
Yes, I would recommend this food to be taken daily because it is a healthy drink.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. So from this video, you can see that this student is holding her favorite food packaging, and this food packaging is called the powder beverage, and it's an organic energy soy milk powder. So the teacher is asking her all the 6 questions, and she answered it one by one based on the food label of this food packaging. Okay, so now let's look at the next lesson. Now we have come to the reading task. Okay, now for this reading task, you need to practice reading the steps on how to read the food labels. And this is taken from your textbook, page 90. Okay, so this is the food label. And in the food label, you can see size per serving, and then you will see total calories. Okay, so what are the calories here? Calories are the amount of energy in an item of food or drink. Okay, then from this part here, okay, you can see all types of nutrients that we can get from the food. So if you can see here, we have total fat, and then we have cholesterol, sodium, total carbohydrates, dietary fiber, sugar, proteins, vitamin A, calcium, vitamin C, and also iron. So these are all the nutrients. So what are nutrients? Nutrients are compounds in foods important for our life and health. Now let's look at step number 1. Okay, step number 1, read the size per serving. Size per serving is 1 container with 226 gram. 226 gram. Step 2, read the calories. Calories, 110 kilocalorie. Step 3, list the nutrients to be taken less. Fat, 0 gram. Cholesterol, less than 5 milligram. Sodium, 160 milligram. Carbohydrates, 15 gram. Sugars, 44 gram. Step 4, list the other nutrients. Dietary fiber, 0 gram. Protein, 9 gram. Vitamin C, 4%. calcium 45%. Okay, if you look at step 3 are the nutrients that we should not take too much, and step 4 are the nutrients that we can take more. Now, if you look at step 5, compare the amount of nutrients with other food labels. Choose food with a higher amount of nutrients. So for this page 90 from your textbook, you can practice reading the step on how to read the food labels. Now let's look at the next one. Now we have come to the enrichment activities. This is taken from your textbook page 91. So what do we need to do here? Using the steps given on page 90, help Daniel to choose which yogurt to buy. Fill in the forms to help Daniel make a healthy decision. Now, as you can see here, we have yogurt A and yogurt B. Okay, so we have to look at the food label here to get the information on the size per serving, total calories, types of nutrients, and the amount of nutrients. Okay, so we have to fill in the information for both yogurt A and yogurt B. And lastly, we need to answer this question. Based on the information from the food label, which yogurt should Daniel buy? Okay, so we need to help Daniel to decide, okay, to make a healthy decision, okay, which yogurt is the best. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Okay, after studying the food label, okay, this is what we get. The yogurt that Daniel should buy is yogurt A. Okay, why? Okay, first of all, yogurt A has lower in calories. If you look at calories here, yogurt A is 98 kilocalorie, but yogurt B has 139 kilocalorie. So yogurt A has lower calories. So we should always eat food with lower calories so that the extra calories will not turn into fat so easily. And then it has higher calcium. Okay, if you look at yogurt A, the calcium is 264 grams. But in yogurt B, the calcium is only 196 milligram. Okay, so milligram is lesser than gram. So yogurt A has higher calcium. Now, then yogurt A also has more vitamin. Now, if you see yogurt A here, yogurt A has vitamin D 0.8 gram. Now, maybe you are asking the teacher, why you say yogurt A has more vitamin? If you look at yogurt B has 3 types of vitamin here. We have vitamin A, C, E. But yogurt A has only vitamin D. But if you look closely at the amount of vitamin here, actually yogurt B has very less vitamin, even though it offers us 3 types of different vitamins. Now, vitamin A is 185 milligram, is equal to 0.185 gram only. Vitamin C is only 40 milligram, equals to 0.014 gram. And vitamin E is 20 milligram. Okay, equals to 0.02 gram. So if you total up all this amount of vitamin in yogurt B, it has only 0.219 gram. And if you compare it to yogurt A has more. Yogurt A has 0.8 gram. Okay, and we also find that yogurt A is the best one because it has lower in fat. It's lower in fat. The fat is 1.9 gram. Fat 1.9 gram, but in yogurt B, the fat is 2.1 gram. Okay, so yogurt A is lower in fat. So Daniel should buy yogurt A. So that's the end of our lesson, and I hope that you enjoy the lesson on how to read the food labels, and it is very important to learn how to read food labels so that we will make the right decision on how to buy good food for our body. It's the end of the lesson. Till we meet again, choose your food wisely, eat healthily, and stay